You're looking down from our DirecTV blimp shot of the Peoria Sports Complex. Parking lots are full, stands are full. We've got some spring training baseball for you. How about the Giants and Mariners from the Peoria Sports Complex? Right here on Root Sports. Welcome inside our Ford Sports Desk. It's Brad Adam, our baseball analyst, Mr. Bill Kruger. It's Saturday. The last game is Saturday. A week to go before camp is over. Not quite the regular season, but camp is over. Hitters getting close. Pitchers, one more start. Are they ready to go? They need one more start. Where are they right now, Bill?
I think they're gearing up. I mean, that's the whole waiting game, right, is to get the pitchers ready. You know, the hitters, this is like, if there's such a thing as the dog days of spring training, that's what they're in right now. They're ready to go north and kind of tapping their toes, waiting for the pitchers to get it together.
Kuma didn't even get a chance to pitch last spring. He was injured. He starts today against the Giants. He'll get one more start before the regular season. To find out a little preview, a scouting report on how Kuma's been doing this year, let's go down to the guys calling the game. It's Dave Sims and Mr. Mike Blowers.
The subject of Hisashi Iwakuma is a lot better this spring because last year at this time he was unavailable to the ball club, and now he's got a chance to thrive getting into the season from day one.
Well, and that's going to be important for the Mariners. Everybody talks about health, and with Iwakuma, he's not only been healthy, but he's pitching extremely well. He looks really sharp, so I expect him to go out and take care of his business again today. Just has 2 more starts before the opening day. Let's keep him healthy. That will certainly be a big lift for this club.
No question about it. And you look back at his numbers from last year, he was 8-2 over a span of July and August. So if you can get that kind of Iwakuma, boy, the Mariners are going to be in great shape.
Well, and the other part about it, too, is although he's not a hard-throwing guy, he's so efficient with his pitches that early in the season, he is one of the guys that can actually work a little bit deeper into the game. When you have a start of season, a lot of these guys will go 5-6 innings. Kuma, because he can throw 90-95 pitches and still get into the 7th.
Very excited to see Kuma today.
David, Mike, yes, thank you. Kuma, so far a nice spring. We'll see him maybe 6-7 innings, depending again on pitch count. Those guys talked about that. But Kuma just continues to be a guy who's been so good his last 2 years, but still a little maybe underappreciated outside of the Seattle market. Look at what he did. Again, he opened the season on the DL, strained that finger tendon. And then he went out, Bill, and won 15 games. So a guy who's about as good as it gets in the league, and yet still a little bit, as I said, under the radar.
Yeah, I think he exists in the big shadow of Felix Hernandez, who really doesn't get his due because he's out here in Seattle. But this guy, 77 career starts, 37-19 with a 2.97, with a whip just north of 1. He won 15, as you mentioned, last year, and missed a month. And with his efficiency, he could have creeped up on 20 games. I think this guy is every bit one of the great 10 pitchers in the American League, but I don't think people think that way. Everybody talks about Tanaka in New York. This guy's everything that Tanaka has, except he's done it for 77 starts. I think he's brilliant. It's great to see him having a healthy spring.
Yeah, health big for him. Tanaka, we're not quite sure if he's healthy, but we know that Kuma definitely healthy. And going up against the Giants, boy, the Giants, they just trot out these lineups, and they scratch out runs, and they just end up winning World Series. Buster Posey, a big reason why. Look at the numbers he put up last year. Their catcher, the all-star, all everything. And there's the lineup going up against Kuma today, and a host of other Mariner pitchers we'll probably see. But for the Mariners lineup, let's take a look at it. Going up against Jake Peavy, a righty, pitched for the Astros and the White Sox, so the Mariners familiar with him. Willie Bloomquist, shortstop there, batting ninth. You got Jackson, Smith, Cano, Cruz, Seager, Morrison, Zunino, Ackley, Bloomquist. So this is the 9 going up against the Giants. People will see these 9 in the regular season, no doubt about that. There are fans still coming in to the Peoria Sports Complex. It is a hot one as we go down and join Dave and Mike. And you guys telling me upper 90s today?
It's got 97 written all over it, Brett, and we're going to enjoy it in air-conditioned comfort from the press box.
That's exactly right. Little shade, little air conditioning.
Good afternoon, everybody. The Giants are in town. World champions for the 3rd time in the last 5 years. Good pitching matchup here for the spring. Nice and hot down here. Going to be Hisashi Iwakuma pitching to Gregor Blanco. Mariners come in with a record of 10-13-2. The Giants at 7-19. 2-5 this week, and the 7 wins, the fewest in the big leagues. Iwakuma, so good to have him in action here in springtime as opposed to last year when he was out. Here we go with the first pitch. Ball 1 to Blanco. 89 degrees right now. All the forecasts say 97 in about an hour or two. Good breaking ball. Good bite to it. 1-1. Iwakuma turns 34 on April 12th. 15-9, a 3.52 ERA last year. All-Star performer the year before when he went 14-6. 2-1. How about the months he had last year, Mike, in July and August? He went 4-1 with a 2.32. In August, he went 4-1 with a 2.39.
That was about as good as it gets for him. And it's a lot of his work this spring on the backfields. He's only pitched in 6 innings on the main diamond. Has not given up a run. Looks really good. Looks healthy and ready to go. A couple of strikeouts for him. Over those 6 innings, given up 5 hits. Hasn't walked a batter.
Had a tough September last year, 2-3 with a 7.61, but then rallied in that last start against the Angels in game 160. Fair ball past the diving Morrison into right field. Smith will retrieve. Having a hard time digging it out. Blanco will get the third standing. A lot of Giant fans here coming over from the Scottsdale area.
Gets ahead in the count. Looks like it's a fastball. Going to try to go on the outside corner. Leaves it in the middle of the plate and hits it right down the line past Morrison. And once it gets into the corner with Blanco's speed, easy triple for him.
So Blanco with his third triple of the spring. This is Matt Duffy playing at second base today. Home plate umpire today, Travis Eggert, with Paul Schreiber, Gabe Morales, and Chad Whitson working the bases. Duffy at .385 in the spring, 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. Giants split squad action today. Out of their regulars, the remaining regulars are playing some of the minor leaguers back in their Scottsdale facility. Off the fist. There's Bruce Bochy in his glasses. Turned 60 years old on April 16th. 9th year with the Giants. 3 World Series titles. Did 12 years in San Diego. Won the '98 pennant. And was named the 1996 National League Manager of the Year. 9-year playing career as a catcher with Houston and San Diego. Kuma 1-2.
You can see Mike Zunino. He wants that pitch down. He wanted to throw it in the dirt. Was able to get away with it. It was a breaking ball that he left up in the middle of the plate.
Really good crowd today. The berm on the left field side, almost completely filled. The right field side, it's getting there. 1-2 strikes. That had to hurt. 1-2 Duffy. Buster Posey on deck. Hope he bought some stock in sunblock and suntan, because he could use it out here now. 97 today and 95 listed for the next 2 days. We'll be on the air at 105. It's first of 3 consecutive telecasts, and then wrap up the televising portion of our season next Friday. We'll see Jay Happ tomorrow and Taijuan Walker on Monday. Padres tomorrow, Angels on Monday. And as we look down to the final week of spring training, Elias not scheduled to pitch in any of the big league games. That pretty much tells you what you want to know. Here's 1-2. Got him a chase. Very effective pitch, one away.
Take a look at it, see if it's a breaking ball. Maybe the split, and that is the split. Swings right over the top of it. Good movement. Typically wants to throw it in the dirt. Just about was able to get it there.
Here is Gerald Dempsey, Buster Posey. Outstanding catcher for the Giants. 6-year career batting average of .308. Infield up close, man at third, breaking ball misses. Ball one. David Rollins suspended yesterday, PEDs. Lefty reliever, Rule 5 guy from Houston, suspended for 80 games. And boy, does that open the door for Tyler Olson.
They're both having a great spring, and I would say so.
Here's the 1-0.
We talked about it. Some tough decisions when you get down to the end of spring training. Sometimes, for whatever reason, Dave, the players will help you out on that end of it, and that's what happened.
McClendon feeling a lot better. Woke up at 3 o'clock in a big sweat. He says, all right, whatever's been ailing me is just broken. I feel a heck of a lot better. He said it was, and we've all done that.
Yep.
You come down here. And meanwhile, Kuma behind 3-0 to Posey with Travis Ishikawa on deck. Blanco at third, leadoff triple. Duffy struck out. Now 3-0 to Posey. A rare walk. How about that? Runners at the corners now for the Giants for Travis Ishikawa.
Well, I guess the good news is it'll set things up for the double play. Help him get out of the inning.
Iwakuma's first walk of the spring. That's a remarkable stat. This late. It's only his third start, nonetheless. Ishikawa going down in Giants lore with a big home run to get him into the World Series last year. Hit it off of Michael Wacha of the Cardinals. Clinch that NLCS. Pitch running away, 1-1.
He's been really good this spring, but he is not very sharp here in the first inning.
Same thing happened to James Paxton last night. In his warm-up tosses right before his portion of the home first opened up, he was bouncing the ball up there. Suffered a loss last night, going 3 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout. 5-1 Royals winning. Yordano Ventura threw no-hit ball for 7 innings.
Probably hit 100.
Oh, he was consistently 95 plus. There's no question. You could see him amp it up a couple of times towards 100. 1-2. Ishikawa. Slap foul.
Now you get him and Paxton going. Last year, those two, as far as starters go, consistently the hardest throwers.
Iwakuma trying to throw a double play ball here. He's got Blanco at third, Posey at first. One-two pitch. A lot of spin on this one. Willie Bloomquist gets one. That's all they'll get, and a run scores. Giants lead 1-0. Cued that off the end of the bat. 2 away. And that'll bring up Casey McGee with Pablo Sandoval taking leave and going to Boston. pick up this veteran. He's been with the Yankees and the Brewers and the Marlins. We saw him with the Marlins. Was that last year we were in Miami? Yeah.
He can hit. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen him before. This is the first time I've seen Willie out at shortstop.
For this spring, yeah, I would say that first time I've seen him.
Yeah, I think Lloyd was taking it easy on him early in camp. Again, Willie coming off that knee surgery.
And Brad Miller under the weather. They sent him home second day. And of course, Chris Taylor. Good news for Chris Taylor. He had a nice fielding session today. Came away pain-free, so that was some good news. And later on, you may see a kid, Raider Escaño, young 19-year-old shortstop. Got into the game last night. He can pick it, and he's got a cannon.
I look forward to seeing him.
Rick Riz and I were like, whoa, who is this guy? Popped up, playable. Who's taking charge? Cano takes charge. Giants get a run and leave a runner. 1-0 San Francisco. The Mariners coming to bat.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by your local Ford stores. Had a shot down there in Peoria, the new entryway to the Peoria Sports Complex. Gate B, I believe, is where those fans are going in. It's a warm, hot day today. Kuma made it through the top of the first. 24 pitches, guys. Mariners coming up bottom of one. Boy, the burn. It'd be toasty out there, guys. I like where you are with the air conditioning. Smart.
We got everything but a sprinkler. We're in pretty good shape.
A mister?
Yeah, I need a misting machine in here if we're working on it.
Hey, worst they're going to say is no. Austin Jackson got to lead it off for the Mariners here. Austin Jackson swinging the bat quite well. Lloyd McClendon saluting him. He said he's done a lot of great work with Howard Johnson and Andy Van Slyke. They got him standing a little bit taller in his stance and a little shorter in his stroke.
Well, you have to like the way that he's gone about his business. One, he's hitting .349, but it is spring training. But I like the at-bats he's having, putting up a good battle every time, taking some pitches like he's doing right here, and for the most part staying to the middle, right center of the field.
Going against the veteran Jake Peavy. Peavy used to be a flamethrower, getting by on guile now. Cy Young Award winner with the Padres in '07. On the pitcher's triple crown that year. Ground ball, third base. One away. That's A-Ray Adrianza. He's the shortstop, and at third base is Casey McGee.
Well, you mentioned Peavy being a power pitcher, and now guile, I believe is the word that you use. I give those guys a lot of credit. That is not an easy thing to do. When you're used to being able to reach back when you need it and throw 94, 95, that will leave everybody at some point. And the guys that can stick around and have a longer career because they can figure out how to pitch, I give them a lot of credit. It's not an easy thing to do.
Giants signed him to a 2-year, $24 million contract in December. Seth Smith. Strike one. Seth at 212, a homer and 4 runs batted in. Up and in. Peavy's been with the Padres, the White Sox. Started last year with Boston. Went 6-4 with the Giants last year, with a 2.17 ERA after going 5-10 with the Red Sox, and a 4.48. Breaking ball fouled off. Giants beat the Pirates in a wild card game last year, beat the Nationals in the divisional series 3-1, took out the Cardinals in 5 games, and won the World Series, beating Kansas City in 7. So the Mariners faced the American League champions last night, now the National League champions, 3-2. Robinson Cano on deck. That'll find its way in the right field for a base hit. One out, one on. Here in the Mariners first, trailing 1-0.
Looks like he hits it towards the end of the bat, but finds a hole on the right side of the infield. Pretty good battle by Seth.
I'll bring up All-Star second baseman Robinson Cano. The hallways were buzzing today. I was wondering why, and then I saw a picture on our blogs site from the corner of Edgar and Dave. What happened was down in the supply room, Cano had a pallet of shoes and gear from his sponsor New Balance, and he was doling out spikes to minor leaguers. Long run for Perez towards the line, can't get it. Seth Smith got the second. He'll dig for third. Getting a wave. Here comes Smith. Here comes the relay. It is offline. Mariners have tied it. And moving from second to third is Cano. So a double and an RBI for Cano.
Just loops the fly ball. They were playing him out towards left center field. So the left fielder had a long way to run, Perez. And then it was a poor relay. They had a chance to get Smith at the plate, but this throw was poor. As you can see, well off the line, and short hop Posey. Be an error on the shortstop as Cano moves up to third.
So an E6. Chance for Cruz, put the Mariners in front. Way out in front of a breaking ball, strike one.
Well, that's great that Cano was able to do that, because for the kids, they don't get their stuff for free, and It's difficult to find shoes and gloves and all of that.
Said, I just want to help out the kids.
Yeah.
And that ball's hit a ton. Deep left field. It's going to stay in the yard, and walking home will be Cano. 2-1 Mariners. Sounded like Christmas morning in the hallway. It was great.
That too.
It was outstanding. RBI for Cruz, his 8th. It was that middle of the order pop that the Mariners could have used last year, and they have it this year.
Well, maybe he hit it out of here, but he must have caught it off the end of the bat. Yep, hits it right towards the end of the bat. He's still so strong, though, all the way out to the warning track for an easy sacrifice fly. We've seen the Mariners runner on third, less than 2 outs this spring. They've been really aggressive early in counts, and they haven't left too many of those guys out there.
It seemed like it's happened at least once or twice per telecast.
Yeah, then they're being aggressive. First, second pitch. And I know that's something that Lloyd talked about when he took over last year coming into spring training, was something that he wanted these guys to work on. And great example of that was Cano early in spring last year. He would give himself up quite a bit just to get the runner in. And you can see basically up and down the lineup, all of them are being aggressive in those situations.
Seager at 289, couple homers, 9 runs batted in. Two outs, couple of runs on the board for the Mariners, a 2-1 lead. Peavy struggled in the World Series last year. Game 2 loss, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs. Game 6 a loss, an inning and a third, 6 hits, 5 runs. That hurt. Didn't want to relive that commercial, did he?
No. That's right. Fortunately, it was a breaking ball. I don't think it hurt him too bad. Yeah, a little slider.
Commercials he did last year, that was one of them. Kyle Seager, so old school.
It's great.
Logan Morrison, the hitter. See a lot more of the veterans and see them for a lot longer this final week. Morrison at 271, a homer and 4 runs batted in. There's that guile again. Before, when we'd see Peavy, he was airing it out 7-8 years ago.
Well, back then he could throw 95 miles an hour.
Got it.
With a hard slider.
Yeah. 15th round pick by the Padres in '99 out of Mobile, Alabama. 1-1. Big key for the Mariners batting out of this 6th hole will be Logan Morrison.
We talked about it all spring. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for him. He's excited about it. Looks forward to the challenge.
Seager back safely. Ball and 2 strikes to Lomo. Seager at first. Raised off the breaking ball, did not go. 2-2. Two pitch. Fouled off. Peavy came to the Giants at the trade deadline last July 30th after going 1-9 in Boston. With San Francisco, he won 6 of his last 7 starts. Part of the beautiful day here in Peoria. A week to go. Here in spring training, the Mariners will be home for the home opener on April 6th. A 1:10 start time against the Angels. 2-2. Pounded into the ground, foul ball. So 2-2. Lomo So Mariners lead 2-1. Cano with an RBI double, sacrifice fly for Cruz.
You know, just watching PB work his way through this first inning, he might be more intense right now than he was 8 years ago, when we saw him when he was throwing harder. He's constantly talking to himself out there.
All the time. You notice that
time.
during the postseason,
Yeah.
even more so this past year than previous times when we've seen him. Fly ball left field for Perez, battling the wind and the sun. Wind going left to right here today. Mariners pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error and a man left. Go to the second inning on a hot day in Peoria. 2-1 Mariners. Canyon, not too far from here. 2-1 Mariners. Bring on Mariners baseball this April. Not only do the Mariners return to Safeco Field, but so do great giveaways. There's a beard hat, a bobblehead, and a bear hat that can be yours when you join us for these special events at the ballpark. Visit mariners.com/promotions for more details and your tickets. That's it. Keep the youngin' hydrated out there. Going to be topping at 97 degrees here. As we go to the top of the second inning, Mariners with a 2-1 lead over the world champion Giants. Breaking ball for a strike to Justin Maxwell.
They'll probably sell a lot of lemonade today, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Maxwell's bounced around Washington, Houston, and Kansas City. Best year was with the Astros in 2012, 229, but he had 18 homers and 53 runs batted in. You reserved yours, pink or just or standard?
Cold.
It doesn't matter.
Not on a day like this.
He's not discriminating.
Extra ice on there.
Tell you what, they're going to do well. 2-1. Backing up is Bloomquist and Seager. Willie takes charge. On the way.
Iwakuma, I'd like to see him have a quick inning. 24 pitches in the first inning, giving up the 1 run.
Keep them coming. Hope you brought plenty. Andrew Susak will be the hitter now, the DH. Homered in yesterday's game for the Giants. Ball 1. Kuma ready with the 1-0. In there for a strike.
Well, Felix was named the opening day starter. No surprise there. How do you think the rest of the rotation is going to look?
I'm curious to see if he goes the left, right. I mean, the right, left, right, left.
I like that. Felix, and then you can have Paxton, Iwakuma,
Exactly.
Happ, who's going to pitch tomorrow. And the way Walker, the spring that he's had, you would think that he's right there in the 5 spot. So that'd be a nice little mix for you.
Yeah.
A couple of left-handers.
Works out well. Ball and 2 strikes. Zunino held it there for a while, didn't get it. 2-2. Not a surprise that Felix Hernandez or Avis Medina holding court down there. Logan Morrison puts that away for out number 2. Minimum 5 wins. Felix one of 4 in baseball history, unbeaten on opening day. Jimmy Key, 7-0, best all time. And Wes Farrell back in the 30s, 6-0.
He's not only 5-0, but he has a 1.52 ERA.
Juan Perez, the left fielder. .140 an ERA for Jim Palmer. The only one better than Felix's numbers. And that's among those with 5 or more wins. 2 outs here in the second. 2-1 Mariners. Yank foul. Felix making a young kid happy, keeps everybody loose in that dugout. Some foul out of play.
He's going to get another baseball right now. There were 2 boys over there. One of them ended up with the baseball. He wasn't happy, so I said, wait a second. He's going to go get him another baseball.
Two outs, nobody on. 1-2 the count. 2-2.
Looking down there, he has about 5 or 6 in his hand.
Now you got to make sure the kid. There we go. Oh, he's taking care. He's hooking everybody up. Iwakuma yields to Zunino. 1-2-3 in the second. Go the Giants. It's Christmas on March 28th as Felix Hernandez handing out a lot of baseballs. 2-1 Mariners.
Nobody makes the play like Cano.
Are you kidding? Growing up, I saw Willie Mays make those catches.
On cue, the waves start. Use it to fan yourself, too, because there's a hot one as the Mariners take a 2-1 lead here. They're coming to bat in Peoria. And joined now by Mr. Bill Kruger. You see Zunino step up to the plate. Dustin Ackley will follow in this inning against Jake Peavy. We saw strides from Dustin Ackley. You see him there on deck last season, especially the second half of last season. What do we need to see at Ackley, continue to see at Ackley, to make that last a whole season?
Well, simply put, you'd like to see what he does the second half, which he's done wonderfully well the last 2 seasons, do it the first half. We all know that baseball is a long haul and that they have an average. That's the reason why you have an average, because you can't do it every day all season long. But I think the noticeable change for Ackley last year that I think allows him to take that step forward and get off of maybe 240, 250, maybe be a 270, 280 hitter is his ability to hit the ball the other way. It's natural more for him now, and he's doing it with authority. We saw it last year, the second half. He raked in July, he raked in August, he hurt his ankle, but he really had it going until he did get hurt. So I think that's the story for him, because he really got pull-orientated early in his career after that really great rookie year, and boy, he needed to get off of that or he was on his way out of baseball.
You see with Ricky Weeks brought in to spell him a little bit left field, maybe that'll keep him, fresher, keep the ankle feeling better if he doesn't have to play every day?
Yeah, I think that's going to help. You don't want to see all those nasty left-handers that give you those offers.
Oh, Mr. Zunino leaves the yard into the bullpen. Should be talking about Mike Zunino and what he's done. I think that's home run number 5 this spring.
Only Chris Bryant of the Cubs has more home runs than Mike Zunino this spring. He's had a power-laden campaign
looking
down there.
Good, leading off the second with a solo shot to left field there. Take another look at it, Bill. We're talking Ackley. Let's talk about this swing.
Talking looked like a hanging off-speed pitch, whether it was a split or a slider from Jake Peavy, and that's really good hitting on the part of Mike Zunino, because he's really looking to let the ball travel, so he's hitting that fastball the other way, but that's the right pitch to pull, and he knocks it out of the ballpark.
Home run, Zunino, now 3-1 Mariners. Let's go out to the guys. And Mike, talking about Ackley, here he is at the plate. Is something that you see that he does different or better second half? I mean, being a hitter, does it maybe just take some guys some time to find something over the course of a season?
Yeah, everybody's different, and we were talking to him the other day, and there's a couple of things for him, and I agree with Bill. Obviously, his health is something that he's going to have to continue to work on with that ankle, but I think that he's a better hitter when he's not trying to do too much. He isn't overthinking, and he's just aggressive, and he said the same thing. He wants to be aggressive early in the count and basically stay in left center to right center in those alleys, and when he does that, the ball really jumps off of his bat. But for me, I just like to see him stay aggressive. He doesn't have to worry about working counts and doing a lot of things. I think as long as he's swinging the bat, he has great hand-eye coordination. He'll keep him out of those bad accounts that he was getting into early in the season, just trying to be too selective, I think, and just continue to be aggressive. And he agreed.
Certainly the numbers might bear out. 259 career in the second half of all of his seasons, 4 years. Against 230 in the first half.
I think there's times in this he gets to the second half, Dave, and I think the game probably has slowed down by then. You've seen enough pitches, but you also get to the point to where you realize if I'm going to do anything, I have to hit my way out of this, and that's when you see him start to be more and more aggressive. Howard Johnson, Andy Van Slyke, both of those guys working with the hitters.
Ball and 2 strikes. Zunino's home run. It's extended the Mariner lead to 3-1. For Mike's 5th home run, ties him with Puig for second place in Cactus League home runs. Chris Bryant with 9. And at 9 home runs, most in the majors right now in spring training. 2-2. Here comes the center fielder Blanco. Out number 1. And that'll bring up Willie Bloomquist. The pavilion providing a little shade, a lot of shade from the bright sunshine here. Kings Court will see a lot of those shirts when we get back to Seattle for the home opener. One of the many new additions here at the Peoria Sports Complex.
Not a bad spot today.
Not at all. Strike one to Willie. It reminds me of the Pen. I think those folks were out there early. Pen back in Seattle at Safeco Field. Willie at 276 on the spring. No homers, no runs batted in off the end of the bat. Ishikawa will take it to the bag. 2 away. Get back to the top of the order, and Austin Jackson. Extend our condolences to the friends, family, and former players of Bobo Brayton, a legendary Washington State baseball coach who passed away earlier today at age 89. You knew Coach, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, he recruited me. Seen him a lot over the years. Nice man. Did a great job with that program for a long, long time. Sorry to hear the news this morning.
2 outs, nobody on. 2-0 to Austin Jackson, grounded out. His first at bat. Short left center field. The wind took it. Perez stayed with it, and that'll do it. And now the baseball world mourns the loss of the great Bobo Brayton, longtime legendary head coach, baseball coach at Washington State University. Everybody, Sashi Iwakuma about to pitch in the 3rd inning here against A-Ray Adrianza, shortstop for the Giants. Right to Lomo. 1 out. 1 away here. Mariners with a 3-1 lead. Be on hand for the opening series at Safeco Field versus the Angels. And you can get your hands on a Mariners calendar. April 7 and 8, the first 10,000 fans will receive a full-size yearly calendar thanks to BASF. Clear space on the fridge or office wall. And get your tickets right now. Mariners calendar night at mariners.com. 1 out, back to the top of the order, and Gregor Blanco. Triple down the right field line, open up the ball game. Big breaking ball misses. Ball 1. Justin Ruggiano is taking over in center field for the Mariners, replacing Austin Jackson. 97 degrees. I was talking to Lloyd McClendon at the cage today. He says, hey, everything's shorter today. No base running during practice, during that pregame stuff.
Right.
Everything's shortened up. Out of the reach of Cano, base hit. So Blanco got ahead in the count 3-1 to open up the ball game, tripled down the right field line. He was at 2-0 here, and he singles into right center.
Looks like a two-seam fastball. Yep, trying to go to the outside corner. Let's see if Iwakuma's able to get it there. No, ended up in the middle of the plate. And you're getting towards the end of camp, too. So the position players, they need a break.
Here's Matt Duffy. During the media session, Lloyd said, yeah, it's a grind. The games are tough. He says the guys will get through it, but he says, I have to be careful how you get them through it. Got to build them up, get ready for that opener. They're all ready for the season to start, and so am I.
Yes, everybody.
One. Be with you the next 2 days here on Root Sports. Jay Happ will throw tomorrow. He'll start Sunday's game. Taijuan Walker will start Monday's game against the Angels. Tomorrow's against San Diego. Both are 105 starts. 1-1, runner goes. Swung on, and Willie Bloomquist will get a nice hop. Has one play. He gets Duffy. Advancing to second is Blanco. 2 away. Brings up Buster Posey. Walked on 4 pitches in his first at bat. This young man's had a heck of a career. 3-time world champion in 6 years. 2-time All-Star. Rookie of the Year in 2010. Batting champion in 2012. Hank Aaron Award winner. MVP in 2012. Also the comeback player of the year. You remember that horrific leg injury he suffered, a collision at the plate that has helped change rules in baseball. Strike one. He had 246 in the postseason this past year with no homers and 21 runs batted in. Good block by Zunino. Zunino logging a lot of innings. Coming into today's action, he caught the most innings of any catcher in spring training. 15th start today, 78 innings. Next closest Martin Maldonado, 74 and change.
Which is interesting because I know earlier in camp, and I believe you're there, Lloyd was talking about Mike and trying to ease some of the workload on him early in the season. But yeah, he's catching every day down here. And some of it might be Zunino too, wanting the work right now. But
Kuma spears this one. And Posey and the Giants are gone in the third. Mariners enjoy a 3-1 lead over the defending world champions.
By Silver Reef Hotel, Casino, Spa. I-5 exit 260, Ferndale, Washington. That, of course, the big Grand Canyon, the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Bright Angel Point is what we're told. We know this because our producer, Pike, actually went out there, brought back all this information. Said it was pretty cool. It was hot, but it was something cool to do. Let's take that for what it is. If you guys want to get out there or you just want to watch some baseball with those guys. I know those guys. The Coleman family, welcome. I'm glad they made it out to a game. Enjoying themselves, no doubt, in the hot sun. You're having some fun, Cano? Feeding himself. You can cool off any way you can, I guess, right? Nicely done, guys.
All right, Brad.
Riley, your mom would be so proud.
Thanks, Brad. Seth Smith to lead it off. Seth with a base hit to right and scored on the Cano RBI double. First inning. Cano on that double took third on a throwing error by the shortstop, Adrianza, and scored on the Nelson Cruz sacrifice fly. Smith, Cano, and Cruz 2-3-4 here for the Mariners in the third inning against the veteran Jake Peavy. There's Robbie Cano. Mariners will see the Giants during the regular season in San Francisco June 15 and 16, and then come up to Seattle the next 2 days, 17 and 18. It's one extra trip to San Francisco because we hotel in San Francisco and the Mariners play Oakland. 2-2. Smith, Weeks, Cano, three big additions, and Cruz, I should say, big additions to the Marin Ball Club this year. Really good crowd here at Peoria Stadium. Max is at about 15. Looks like they could be pushing that number here today. 2-2 to Smith. Gets into one high and deep right field. Going back, Maxwell on the track, and a big 6'5" outfielder makes the catch. Didn't quite get enough of it. One out here in the third. The 2015 season is fast approaching, and there's still time to join the club as a Mariners season ticket holder. Guarantee yourself the lowest ticket prices, plus enjoy great benefits including early gate openings, postseason priority, and more. For information on joining the club, visit mariners.com/tickets. And the Field of Dreams, putting it to good use. See what they got. There's Cano. Double to left. Drove in a run. First inning. One of the many great things about Cano, you know he's going to be good for 159, 160 games a year.
He's amazing on that end. I was just thinking when we were down by the fields today, I was watching him, and before he hit on the field, he came in, went over to the cages, hitting the cages for a while, then went onto the field and hit. And he does that all the time. I don't think anybody puts in more time in the cages than Cano, knowing that he's going to play 160 games.
He's ahead 3-0. Seeing a lot of that. Lloyd likes it. Turn his guys loose 3-0. Popped up. Adrianza giving way to the second baseman, Matt Duffy. 2 outs. I'll bring up Nelson Cruz. Muscled a sac fly to the track.
It was almost as if he caught it on the end of the bat and then just threw it out there.
Like he's in highlight or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Strong man.
It's amazing. Cruz with 3 homers, 8 runs batted in now. 1-1. Got him to chase. 1-2. Oh, he went after that one too. A couple of good breaking balls by Jake Peavy. That's his first strikeout of the afternoon. 3-1 Mariners. We'll be right back. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, the Root Sports crew on hand here with a whole lot of our friends here in Peoria. And right now joining us, Austin Jackson, who started the game and got a couple of at-bats. And Lloyd said, go get some shade, go get something to drink, right?
Absolutely. It's a little steamy out here today. So,
hey, I was talking to Lloyd about your nice little run here in spring, and he said that Hojo, Howard Johnson, and Andy Van Slyke have got you standing a little bit taller and getting you even shorter to the ball with your swing. Talk about that for a little bit, if you would.
Yeah, it's just a little adjustment with my feet. Not trying to do too much mechanically, too much with my swing. Just kind of shorten up from the start, my setup, and try to use a little leverage.
Just a week left. You feel like you're ready to go?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we've gotten enough work. We're getting our ABs. Like I said, we're getting all the work in on the field, in the cages. So, I think naturally you just you start to get that itch and you're ready to get out there.
Austin, I constantly during spring training try to explain to people how difficult it is to play the outfield down here in Arizona. You're one of the best in the business. What are some of the challenges out there?
It's a big sky, and what I mean by that is just it's no clouds, and it can be tough if you don't see the ball off the bat. Sometimes it's bright in the backdrop there where the fans are, and it can sometimes go through fans and things like that. So you really got to pay attention to swings, you seeing the ball off the bat. that, and just make sure you're keeping your eye on it.
All right, so Skip's giving you the rest of the day off from the game. What's the rest of your day going to be like? What else are you doing?
Nothing really. Getting something to eat and just resting the body and the mind a little bit. I think that's the main thing right now. You know, we don't have that much longer down here, but you definitely want to make sure you're getting your rest and staying hydrated.
Yeah. All right, well, go to it. Don't want to hold you up. Appreciate you giving us some time, man. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Austin Jackson joining us here. But calm, keeping everything nice and even, yet at the same time you're building, right? You've been
well, yeah, you are, and I was happy to hear that Lloyd was just getting him out of there early. Sometimes at this point, camp, and obviously the temperatures probably have a lot to do with it, but you expect the guys to play a little bit longer in these games. They've been going 6 innings, most of them, maybe 3 at bats. So I was happy to hear that he's fine. He just ended up getting out of the game early today. Good day for it, too.
Indeed. 0-1 to Casey McGee. Pass Seager for a base hit. So a walk and a base hit here. And the Giants threaten. McGee 1 for 2. That walk to Ishikawa, the second walk issued by Iwakuma today. To bring up Justin Maxwell. Well, Maxwell is good looking an athlete as we've seen in Major League Baseball, having a struggle in terms of getting over the top and being a regular.
A couple of years ago when he was with Houston, they had some high hopes for him. He has all the tools and the talent, but he just has not been able to put it together.
Up and in. As mentioned back in 2012, 18 homers, 53 RBIs for Houston. He's been with Washington, Houston, and Kansas City, now the Giants. Popped up to Willie Bloomquist at shortstop in his first at bat. Two-0. Iwakuma coming into today's action in 2 games, 6 innings, hadn't walked anybody. He's got a couple of walks here in this ball game as we play in the 4th. 2-1.
He has been really sharp throughout the spring. This is the first time that I've seen him where his fastball command hasn't been as sharp as he has been.
2-1 pitch. Evens it count at 2-2. Greg Waite's pitching coach does such a fine job with this ball club.
I think all the starters have gone through it except for Taiwan. Felix had a day when they against the Cubs where he wasn't sharp, and Happ had a day like that.
Paxton last night. He's 2-2 here to Justin Maxwell. 2 on, nobody out. Breaking ball, head high, hit deep. Is it going to stay fair? It's a 3-run homer. Two pitch and rode it out of here. A 4-3 Giants lead. But Maxwell is second homer of the spring, runs his RBI total to 10. Walk, single, and kaboom.
It's an off-speed pitch. Looks like a hanging breaking ball left to right in the middle of the plate, and he squares it up. Towering home run. Hit it off of one of the umbrellas out by that pavilion.
That's where we saw Cruz get one out there. Here's Susak. Swing and a miss. The 0-1. One after him. 0-2. Iwakuma last year gave up 20 home runs in his 179 innings. 1-2. Thursday night, we saw Felix go 6 innings, a 1-hit, 1-run ball, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Breaking ball gets Susak looking. Second strikeout for Kuma. 1 away.
Trying to throw it right off the outside corner. Zunino with the low target.
Oh, do I remember chasing trucks down the street in my youthful days in Philadelphia for the water ice man.
Sure, he's doing a lot of business today.
Key question, did he stock enough? Crazy if he didn't. And a happy little girl. Pops, you're a winner today, pal. Perez popped out to Zunino. First time. Oh, 2 pitch. Back in the day, I was always big on anything that, anything red. Then as I get a little older, I went to the blue.
Really? I like the grape.
Can't go wrong.
He's going to try a little bit of everything.
Yeah, why not? Can remember many a day. Oh man, he is just going for it. Get that sugar rush. Ball and 2 strikes. This young man. Oh man, he is just getting it done here. 2-2. Perez. So far, big inning for the Giants. A walk, a single, 3-run homer by Maxwell. A lot of folks seeking relief from the heat. That's a popular spot. Zunino holds on. Back-to-back Ks here for Iwakuma. 2 away. Third strikeout. Adrianza's the hitter now. Adrianza. It's a switch hitter. Looks at ball 1. Mariners play him straight up. Seager, foot on the grass down at third. Now moving to his left. This one popped up. Ackley fighting the sun. We got any interns around here? Maybe we can send them down for a couple of ices. Because that clearly is one of the most popular spots on campus here today at the Peoria Sports Complex.
Mariners
See the score there in Peoria, and you see the kids, a couple of dads out there, too, playing a little wiffle ball. Boy, the heat doesn't stop them from playing. I like that. And it shouldn't stop you from sending in your pictures like this guy, Jesse, from his couch watching today. It's where you root from. That's right. Where are you watching today's game? Tell us where. Tweet us your picks at #WhereIRoot. Thomas, I guess you're inside. It is where I root, but tell us where. Now, see this guy, William, on the couch. He gets it. On the couch, AC, although it's probably not nearly as warm in the Northwest as it is there. And, oh, guys, we got a drive by Seager.
And it's up on the berm and gone. Kyle Seager with a home run, his third, RBI number 10. Got a tied ball game at 4-4. Not messing around. Kyle Seager, line drive home run, ties the game at 4-4.
Kyle looking for a fastball, and he gets it from Peavy. Probably middle away, and just lines it over the fence. I wasn't sure it was going to be high enough, but he gets it right over the fence. Dave mentioned his third home run of the spring.
Four runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Giants. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Zunino homered back in the second. For Mike, that was his 5th. And he's on deck. Morrison hits it hard, but foul past Chris Woodward, the first base coach. Peavy working here in the 4th, a 1-1 count to Morrison. Ate off the breaking ball. Played off that pitch, 3-1. Most games Morrison has played in as a professional, 130 back in Jupiter, down in minor league ball. In the big leagues, he played 123 with Florida in 2011. And he'd like to get well past that numbers. You look at Zunino, there's a strike.
I think that's the expectation, don't you?
Got to do it.
Yeah.
And based on what he did, if you look at Mike Z, Morrison, outstanding numbers in August and September last year. Long look by Peavy. Here we go, 3-2. Fouled it off. You know, so far, pace of play procedures have not been a factor. And batters must keep 1 foot in the batter's box throughout the at-bat unless one of the following occurs. Batter swings at a pitch or attempts a bunt. Pitcher attempts a pickoff. Umpire calls time. Wild pitch or pass ball. Pitch forces the batter out of the batter's box. Or pitcher leaves the mound or catcher leaves the catcher's box. Fouls that one off. Says, in addition, a batter may not ever leave the dirt circle unless an offensive or defensive conference is called. I bet that's going to start coming play day one. You watch.
Well, the thing that's interesting about it is the guys aren't going to know until, I guess, they get, what, a note in the locker or something, you've been fined?
That's right. Big Poppy say, just put an ATM behind home plate. 3-2 to Morrison. And he works a walk. There we go. I love our daily visit. See who's kind of number they're ringing up. 65. Looks like Joe Beimel, doesn't he? Only a right-handed version. And nobody's working harder than our cameraman, Kevin Vogt, who was out with us earlier this morning and is getting a lot of these great sights around the complex here during the game on this 97-degree day. Zunino swinging a miss. Michael Homer on a 1-2 pitch leading off the second inning. Homer to left. 0-2 from Jake Peavy. Peavy's best years with San Diego, 02 to 09. He went 92 and 68 with a 3.29 ERA. 09 to 13 with the White Sox, Boston 13 and 14, and over to the Giants last July 30. 0-2. Wow. I threw it behind the guy. 89. All right.
It's pretty good.
Not looking. A right-handed version of Fernando Valenzuela off the end of the bat for count stays 1-2. Big kid. He wants to get 90. That's he's going to keep at it until he breaks 90. There you go, 90. Yeah, that's it. You're going to put that. Batter's life would be in danger, I'll say that. But he's got 90. Quit while you're ahead. See if he does a Rick Vaughn and blows up the guy's helmet. Missed.
Hopefully, it has some ice. That elbow.
1-2. Breaking ball popped up. Playable. Matt Duffy. One out here in the Mariners' fourth, a run in and a runner on in a tie ball game in the fourth inning. Going to bring up Dustin Ackley, flied out to center field. Mariner RBIs today: Cano, Cruz, Zunino, and Seager. For the Giants, Ishikawa and Justin Maxwell hit a 3-run homer. Slow roller. Ackley's going to beat it out and throw it away. Morrison will get the third.
Will be a base hit and an E3. Letting Morrison move up to third. Ishikawa, I think he thought Peavy was going to be able to get to it, and once he wasn't able to get to it, there wasn't going to be a play with Ackley and his speed.
Base hit, E3, runners at the corners. One out for Willie Bloomquist. Chance for Willie to put the Mariners in front again. Morrison back safely. Was it last year or year before they outlawed that fake to throw
right
to third and then throw to first? Just a straight pickoff attempt at third. Haven't seen that in a long time. Right above our heads.
Well, typically it's the third baseman that will put that play on. Will pick play.
Brad Miller in sick bay, second day. So Willie gets a start at shortstop today. Here's the 0-1. Punch foul.
Well, it looked like Willie was trying to take advantage of the hole on the right side of the infield. First and third situation. The second baseman cheating towards second for the double play. Obviously, the first baseman's going to hold Ackley on.
Ackley back safely. Peavy's from Mobile, Alabama, so this heat a lot drier, but this heat shouldn't bother him too much. 0-2. Posey can't find it. Now he does and can't hold on. Tell you what, good reaction after finding it late.
Almost makes a great play on it. Guarantee you, Bruce Bochy was getting a little bit nervous as he was getting closer to the fence over there.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Dustin Ackley was on the move. He was going to try to steal second. We'll see if he tries to go again.
There's Boch with Hensley Mullins.
Former teammate of mine.
Here, okay, he's bang, bam, bam.
Bam, bam.
He's a hitting coach, 0-2. Well, he was having none of that. Peavy ready with the 1-2. Posey sets up outside. And Willie delivers. Base hit left field. Mariners lead 5-4. RBI Willie Bloomquist is first of the spring. Morrison scores. Nice job by Willie Bloomquist. Ackley moves to second. And another look at it. Got a pitch he can handle.
Yeah, fastball up and in the middle of the plate after a couple of breaking balls.
Now Justin Ruggiano for the first at bat of the day for him. He took over for Austin Jackson in center field. Looks at strike one. Ruggiano hitting at .259 here in the spring. Homer and 5 runs batted in. JR, the 6th Mariner hitter in the inning. 1-2. For Peavy, his 5th game of the spring. Comes in with a record of 1-3 with a 6.75 ERA.
And he's had a couple of long innings, so I'm sure they wanted him to try to go 6, but there you can see it. Next pitch will be 80 for him.
Ball and 2 strikes. Couple of men aboard. 1 out. Bounced over Rich Donnelly's head, a third base coach. Here's the 1-2. Laid off of that pitch at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seth Smith is on deck for the Mariners. Two and two. Ruggiano coming over from the Cubs. Worked a pretty good at bat here. 2-2 pitch. Through the whole base hit. Coming around is Ackley. Throw to the plate. Cut off. Throw to second. Bloomquist back safely. JR Justin Ruggiano with an RBI single, 6-4 Mariners. Ruggiano picking up the RBI.
Over 80 pitches now. Peavy is probably going to be his last hitter. A couple of base hits in the hole on the left side of the infield for the Mariners, and that will do it for Peavy.
6th RBI for Ruggiano.
Some patient at bats for the Mariners.
Yeah, very impressive. Good inning too. Mariners have 3 runs on the board, lead 6-4. Looking for more pitching change. We'll tell you about it when we return. Mariners have a 6-4 lead. Looking for more here against the Giants. What's ferocious yet fashionable? That's a good question. Well, it's the Hisashi Iwakuma Bear Hat, and it's free to the first 20,000 fans on Saturday, April 25th, when the Mariners take on the Rangers at 6:10. Pick up this plush hat celebrating the starting pitcher when you get your tickets to Bear Hat Night at Mariners.com. Field of Dreams getting a lot of action here today on the big field. Field number 1, the Mariners in the stadium have a 6-4 lead, 3 runs here, answering the 3 put up by the Giants in the top half of the inning. 1 out and runners at first and second. New pitcher for the Giants is Clay Rapata, 6'5" left-hander out of Deep Creek High School in Chesapeake, Virginia. Been with the Cubs, the Tigers, Baltimore, the Yankees, and Cleveland. 8th year as a big leaguer. And all of his work has been out of the pen. Seth Smith today. Base hit to right in the first inning. Run scored on the double by Cano, and then he flied out to right field. Rapata, in his 7 years of play, has been in 152 ball games. He's not exactly a dessert treat for lefty hitters.
No, I was thinking that. Yeah, Smith, and then of course Cano waiting on deck. Yeah, and these guys want to get tested a little bit, see if they want to stay in there on a breaking ball. Don't see too many drop down left-handers.
To which the union of left-handed hitters is very appreciative. How many right-handers did you face that were coming from that angle?
Well, it seemed that you'd always see a couple, 2 or 3 over the course of the summer.
Start the ball at third base.
Yeah.
Remind you of your wiffle ball days, right?
Exactly.
Fastball for a strike.
I think the hardest part about it is you just don't see it very often.
Yeah, where you're looking for the ball usually,
yeah.
I mean, that's an adjustment.
And most of the time, the guys that are down where he's at, they typically don't throw hard. Their velocity is going to be mid to upper 80, somewhere in that area.
Runners go, strike them out, throw them out, double play, and that'll end the inning. Caught stealing is Willie Bloomquist. Nice throw by Buster Posey down to third to McGee, but a good inning for the Mariners. They pick up 3 and lead 6, make that 7-4.
the Lexus Command.
Leading in Peoria, moving to the top of the fifth inning. Fans, remember to hydrate. It is hot out there. Kuma still on the mound. After we see Hisashi Iwakuma, our Lexus pitching lineup, you got Ramirez, Wilhelmsen, Lowe, and then some minor league guys. But while Hisashi is still out there, Mr. Kruger, let's talk about the big right-hander. We mentioned that he did not participate much at all last year in spring training, out with the finger injury. To see him come out and have such an incredible season, especially the start that he had with getting no spring training. I know you need spring training, but for some reason, it almost seemed like a beautiful bunt there. Kuma, I'm not sure how he was so ready to pitch and do so well last year without spring training.
Well, he's pitched so much in his career. I mean, he made it to the big leagues in Japan at the age of 20. So he's been pitching for a long, long time at a very high level. He has a real keen idea of what he needs to do to get ready. He's been doing it forever. He knows when the lights come on what he's going to be able to do, and this is just sort of a exercise to get you there, you know, in his mind. Certainly when you're in the middle of the diamond, the competition factor always exists, so you still want to do well, but he has a pretty clear sense of what he needs to do to get ready. He proved it last year without spring training.
He's healthy this spring. He's into the fifth here. We assume the arm may be a little stronger going into the season. Can that help him stay strong and healthy all year long?
Yeah, I think it hurt him last year. When you look at the cycle, I mean, he dealt all the way through August, then hit the wall in September. Well, if he'd had the first month, he might have won 18 or 19 games. Plus, he probably would have hit the wall in August, and then when September came along, he would have got his second win, if you can kind of figure it that way. But it's great to see him out there getting a full spring training. His arm strength is good right now for Kuma, not starting the regular season yet. He's throwing harder than he was when he came up last year. And you know what we're seeing here right now, Brad, as you watch Kuma work. You know, he's had a couple walks today. You know, his off-speed stuff, a little scattery. Last inning, he threw a whole bunch of sliders, ended up hanging one to Maxwell, but it was almost like he purposely went out that inning to say, I've got to dial in my slider. I'm going to throw a lot of sliders. Maybe he threw sliders in places where he might have thrown a split and got a guy out, but it was more important to get better touch on that pitch.
And certainly a guy like Kuma, as we go back, Dave and Mike, I mean, Blow, a guy with a resume like Kuma, you're not really so much worried about results in spring. Just want him, like you said, to be healthy and just work on what he needs to work on.
Yeah, I think the one thing is get his pitch count up to where you want it. Hopefully breaking camp, he's throwing 100 pitches, and then you look where his velocity is at, and as Bill mentioned, it is good. From there, with his track record, he's going to figure the rest of it out, and I agree with Bill on that. So I think that considering what we were looking at last year, which wasn't anything, you have to be thrilled that he's out there, and hopefully he feels good when he comes off the mound this afternoon.
Ball and 2 strikes here to Buster Posey, a walk and a comebacker to Kuma. About the play that Zunino makes on Blanco on that bunt.
He's a good athlete. Was able to get back from behind home plate quickly. Blanco can run. Was able to just get him.
Mike out. Pounces out from behind the plate, does a pirouette, and then throws a strike. Something on it, and it was accurate.
Right. It's a good play all the way around. Looks like this will be the last inning for Iwakuma. Tom Wilhelmsen getting loose in the pen for the Mariners. So Big Tom get a chance to throw an inning this afternoon.
1-2. Back up the middle. Solid base hit off the bat of Buster Posey. Fifth hit for San Francisco. And that'll bring up their first baseman, Travis Ishikawa, as you look at Big Tom. Wilhelmsen will be appearing in his 6th game. Ishikawa, RBI fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Walked and scored in the 4th.
Good shape. 81 pitches. Going to 85, 86 next time out. He should be right around 100 in his last start of the spring.
Fouled off. Final line on Jake Peavy. 3 1/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, a walk, a strikeout, 2 homers, and a hit batter. Ishikawa, first baseman by trade, had to play some left field coming down the stretch last year for the Giants. Dropped in a breaking ball. All 2 strikes. Big 3-run homer for Ishikawa to beat the Cardinals' Michael Wacha in Game 5 of the National League Championship Series. Iwakuma trying to put him away right here, 1-2. Strike 3 call. Paints that outside corner. Kuma with his 4th strikeout in his 5 innings of work. Gives up a hit, strands a runner here in the 5th. It's the Mariners 6 and the Giants 4. Lead 6-4 over the world champion San Francisco Giants. Show you how the Mariners got here. Here's Robinson Cano getting it done here, Mike.
Misplayed in left field. The Mariners end up scoring. Then they throw the ball around on the relay. So Cano will go all the way around to third. Here is Cruz. We thought maybe he hit it out of the ballpark, but off the end of the bat all the way out to the warning track. Cano will tag up and score. So an RBI for Cruz.
How about Mike Zunino leading off the second? Wow, got all of it, didn't he?
His 5th home run of the spring. That leads the Mariners.
That's a great sign. Take you to the 4th inning, and then Kyle Seager, he leads off the inning with a home run.
Now this is a rope line drive over the right field fence. So the Mariners get right back into the game. And then Willie Bloomquist getting started shortstop, gets a base hit, drives in a run through the left side of the infield as Morrison will come around to score.
And new Mariner Justin Ruggiano with an RBI single. Ackley comes around to score. Bloomquist safe at second. That's where we are right now. Here's Cano to lead it off. Whoa, that's a problem.
There you go.
That's a good call. Juan Gutierrez, the new pitcher, got into his windup and stumbled. Got his front foot caught. And pitch to Cano. Off the plate for ball 1. Cano, RBI double and a pop to second. Strike to Robbie. Breaking ball popped up towards the line. Perez, fair territory, makes the catch. Brings up Nelson Cruz. Gutierrez in his 2nd game of the spring. He's with the Giants. He was in 61 games last year. 1-2 record, a 3.96 ERA. He's been with Houston, Arizona, Kansas City, the Angels, and last year was his 1st year with the Giants. Cruz, the Major League home run champion last year with 40. Gutierrez, a 31-year-old Venezuelan. 2-0 pitch. It's popped up, playable for McGee. Two away.
Probably Cano, Cruz, Kyle Seager going to the plate. This will be probably their last at bats of the day. Start to make some changes.
Currently 90 degrees. And headed to 97 says the forecast.
And I would think with Iwakuma now at 84 pitches, he's going to be done as well. Tom Wilhelmsen started to get loose again.
Seager hit by a pitch and homered. That's ball for strike. Shows the heavy fastball, then a nice breaking ball, 0-2. Don't forget, we'll see the Giants in a regular season. See them in San Francisco June 15, 16, and then the 17th and 18th at home in Seattle. Breaking ball. Easy play for Ishikawa. Gutierrez has a very nice 1-2-3 fifth. Tom Wilhelmsen will take over. 6-4 Mariners.
6-4 Mariners still lead this one. Suntan lotion, fans, hats out there on the berm needed. It's a hot one. And join us tonight for an exciting MLS matchup. Tune in at 5 p.m. Pacific as the Portland Timbers travel to Vancouver to battle the Whitecaps FC. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. So with the Mariners leading, Sashi Iwakuma, the starter, he is out. New pitcher for the Mariners. So, guys, if this regular season, Kuma will be pitcher of record.
All right, Brett, thank you. As we look at numerous changes going on here, as Iwakuma is outstanding in this outing today. 5 innings, giving up 5 hits.
And Tom Wilhelmsen going to get a chance. Pitching here in the 6th inning. As we expected, a lot of changes out on the field.
I'll run them down for you. Cusino is in center, Henry in right. Escaño's at second, Kivlahan at third with Tom Wilhelmsen on the mound. Tom in his 6th appearance. Pumping in a fastball.
A good one, 96 miles an hour.
Casey McGee. Left field, right to Ackley. I'd say Tom's done a terrific job bouncing back. You know, the tough go he hit in Cleveland a couple of years ago. These fans get some autographs from Seth Smith.
He is one of the more valuable members out into that bullpen.
Nelson Cruz joining us right now. Dave Sims and Mike Blowers with you. Nelson, I thought that ball you hit in a sacrifice fly in the 1st inning, I thought it was going to leave the yard with the big swing. And where'd you hit it? Right off the end of the bat?
Yeah, I hit it at the end of the bat. You know, I think I opened up a little bit too quick. But the good thing, I get the job done.
You're having some good at bats. You seeing the ball well?
Yeah, I've been seeing the ball well. I mean, the last 6 games, you know, I feel like my time is there. You know, I want to working to get deep in the game. I mean, in my account, so I can battle and hit with 2 strikes. Today was kind of different. Just I over there and tried to feel my at bats and stuff like that.
How are you adjusting to the DH role?
Like I said, you know, it's gonna take some time, you know, but I do my best.
You're going to get to play some right field. You have down here in the spring and have done a good job so far. Is there how much right field would you like to play?
I just want to be in the lineup, you know. It don't matter if he's in the right field or DH, you know. I Lord decide what I'm gonna play.
Healthy, feel good?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I mean, no issues with anything. So far so good. You know, hopefully we stay like that the whole season.
Well, go get your rest. I know that's one of the more important things right now at this stage of the season, Nelson. Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it. Glad to have him on board.
You bet. What a difference the lineup looks like with him in the middle of it, huh?
And everybody knows it.
Yeah. Tom looks like he has a good breaking ball today. So some good curve balls. Certainly throwing hard, 96 miles an hour. Another good fastball from him.
Suzak in an 0-2 hole. Rick Wade's got to be loving what he's seeing here with Tom coming out of the pen. We're talking about having Cruz as the DH. Only hit $189 last year as a team. The DH, 15 home runs and just 50 runs batted in out of the DH spot last year, and a slugging percentage of .302. Right.
Well, when you consider that the club didn't get into the postseason by 1 game, and what he's going to bring to the table, he'll certainly improve those numbers and increase their chances, I think, dramatically of getting in this year.
2 outs and a 2-2 pitch coming. Center field for Cusino. And he's there to make the catch. Tom throws a very effective 1, 2, 3, 6. Mariners lead at 6-4. First of 3 consecutive telecasts for you on Root Sports. Mariners lead the world champion Giants 6-4. Live Mariners baseball is back in 2015 with MLB.com at bat on your smartphone or tablet. Stay connected with live radio broadcast stats, breaking news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Dave Simpson, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew with you. Hot day here in Peoria. Mariners lead 6-4. Took an early lead. Giants got back into it, and the Mariners regained the lead in the bottom of the 4th as you look at 13-year veteran Jeremy Affeldt. He's in his 7th year with the Giants. Spent 5 years with Kansas City, 2 with Colorado, 1 with Cincinnati as Morrison fouls one off.
Thank you.
Lomo today, a fly to left field, a walk and a run scored. Affeldt the 4th Giants pitcher today. Big bender misses.
Took a lot off of the curveball. 73 miles an hour. He looks like he's still throwing hard though all these years.
Yeah, did a great job in the World Series. 4 games, won a game. Went back to it. Affeldt 5 1/3 innings in a World Series last fall, giving up just 3 hits. No walks, no strikeouts. But he was a good bridge guy to get to the back end of that bullpen, and then a good setup for Bumgarner late in the clinching game. 3-1. Lomo, Zunino, and Ackley. Here in the 6th, no doubt their final at bats of the day. 3-2. Mariner RBIs today. Cano, Cruz, Zunino with a homer, Bloomquist with an RBI, homer Seager, and a Ruggiano RBI single as Morrison swings through. 1 out here in the 6th. We'll bring up Mike Zunino. Home run, and it was a blast with the left field fence. Then a pop up to second.
Erasmo Ramirez going to pitch the 7th inning for the Mariners.
Zunino leans into one. Deep left field. Perez going to watch it leave the yard. Up on the berm. Mike Zunino with their homer stroke working today. 2 home runs on the afternoon, 6 for the season. And the Mariner lead is 7-4. And again, what we were talking about in the last telecast, widen that stance, quicker to the ball, and the plate coverage is outstanding.
Well, you mentioned quicker to the ball. That's one of the things Howard Johnson was telling me about the other day, and it was the path of his bat. You can see how much shorter his swing is. Jumps on a fastball, no doubt about it, when he hits it. Just trying to simplify things, and it's working.
Well, he had 22 homers last year, hitting just a .199. Good chance both of those numbers go up.
I think that they will. I think a big part of it, too, with Mike is he's much more comfortable with this staff overall. He had to put in a lot of work last year and maybe concentrate on his hitting a little bit more this year. Now that he's familiar with the guys and knows what they want to do.
Ackley, advantage to him at 3-0. 2 home runs by Zunino, 1 by Seager for the Mariners this afternoon. Maxwell a 3-run homer for the Giants. 3-0. And it takes a strike. Three and 2. Affeldt 6'4". He's born in Phoenix, 35 years old. Oh, chopper. Affeldt went to Northwest Christian High School in Spokane, Washington. Good crowd here. Giants fans, a lot to crow about. 3 world championships over the last 5 years, and they travel well down here in the Cactus League as Ackley draws a walk. So here comes Willie Bloomquist now.
Sean O'Malley going to pinch run for Dustin. His day is over.
Bloomquist today 1 for 2 with an RBI. 4th inning, single to left, bringing home a Mariner run. Strike 1 to Willie. (7-4) Mariners lead, bottom of the 6th. O'Malley running for Ackley back safely. Fouled off again. Make sure you get your tickets for the opening series. Opening day sold out on the 6th of April. Night game on the 7th. A night game on the 8th. First 3 home games 2015 season for the Mariners. 0-2. Bounced up there. Posey. Nice dig there. Next homestand's a good one. Starts on the 17th of April. 3 games with Texas, 3 with the Rangers, and 3 with the Minnesota Twins. Ball and 2 strikes to Bloomquist. 90 degrees, getting loose, the least of your worries. Staying hydrated is what it's all about here today. Runner takes off, and Willie fouls it back.
Mariners have had some good at-bats today. Taking pitches, working counts, fouling off some tough pitches. Have 8 hits in the game here in the 6th inning.
Big turnaround from last night where they got 1 run on 1 hit. The day before that, Kansas City shut them out 3-0.
Well, they look like they're working hard today.
Two and 2 to Willie. Breaking ball fouled back again.
"20 pitches in the inning for Afel.
Go, Jeremy!
7th pitch coming up to Willie. Good form. He's ready to go. All right. There we go.
I'll give him a strike on that. A lot of things to do for the kids around this ballpark.
Anything I can do better.
Yeah.
Playing a lot of that out there.
Get him, Jeremy!
2 and 2. Runner goes. Pitch. Fouled off again. Mariners will be here against San Diego tomorrow. San Diego will be the home team. And then the Mariners are back here again on Monday, 1:05 start against the Angels. We'll have both of those games on TV. At Cleveland on Tuesday. Be a radio game. Willie putting up a great fight. And then on April Fool's Day, we'll be back on the air with you at 1:05 here at home against the White Sox.
And I think Afel's getting a little irritated with it.
Dude, I just want to get some work. Come on, you're killing me.
22 pitches for him in the inning.
Do you ever have an AB like that where you just wearing a guy out there and you can see it on his face? He's getting really ticked.
Your pants aren't even dirty. They're so white.
Ever result in one coming up and in on you?
I don't remember that. I can remember knowing that he was frustrated with the at bat, and all I'm thinking to myself is, hey, I'm trying to get a hit. I don't know what to tell you.
Look at this. Willie deep to the gap. O'Malley's got great speed. He's in cruise control. He's going to score easily. Willie Bloomquist, that is a fabulous at bat. An RBI double, 8-4 Mariners. Well done. Second RBI today for Willie. That's a fine at bat.
Well, he fouled off a number of pitches. Finally gets a fastball he can handle and hits it into the gap. Good at bat.
Big ovation for Willie as gets lifted. That is a great at bat.
Eric Mejia going to run for him.
Mejia, one of several called up from minor league camp, get into today's game. It's off the bat of Casino. They go to third and they get the runner. Mejia thrown out at third. Fielder's choice.
The young player, poor decision. And it looks like that will be it for Afel.
Tough go for Efeld. He had to throw a lot of pitches. 13-year veteran gives up a couple runs. 8-4 Mariners.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by your local Ford stores. There, if you're the adventurous type, get out, hike, and enjoy the scenery and rockery, I guess, in Arizona. North Coyote Buttes in northern Arizona. Our cameraman got close. I don't think he got on top of those rock formations, but close enough to shoot them, and they are nice. So lots of things to do, of course, in Arizona. But we are all about baseball today. Out there in Peoria, heat and baseball. Another pitching change for the guys in Peoria.
Not every day that a manager goes out, calls for a right-hander, and it's his kid. It's Brett Bochy, son of the manager, Bruce Bochy. 27 years old, out of Poway, California. It's a Jayhawk out of the University of Kansas. Brett, a 20th round pick of the Giants back in the 2010 draft. Jabari Henry, the hitter. Back up this way. Good day for Willie Bloomquist. Terrific at bat in this inning, an RBI single. It's up around 10 pitches.
I ended up with a couple of base hits. Play a little bit of shortstop today.
So Pappy watching the son do some work here. Two balls, one strike. Not a bad deal. Your dad's a 9-year major league ball player. Been one of the fine managers of his generation. I want to do what Dad does. I want to get in the family business. That will get into left center field, a base hit off the bat of Jabari Henry. So a couple of men aboard here for the Mariners. Here's the switch hitter coming up. Last night, Rick Riz and I were doing a game over at Surprise against Kansas City. Raider Escania, switch hitter. But watching this kid in a field was a real treat. 19 years old, and he has got one of the finer arms you ever want to see.
Well, I heard you talking about him. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Got quick feet, too. Long look by Peavy. by Bochy. Beg your pardon. Posey's still in there. Makes a stop, ball 1. Big lead here for the Mariners, trying to get some more. 2-0. Brett Bochy, 3 games last year. No record, 0-0 record, a 5.40 ERA. There's a strike. Pitching to Raider Escanio. Just turned 19 on March 17th out of Carabobo in Venezuela. 2-1. Breaking ball for strike, 2-2.
Well, Bochy looks like his sinker slider. Not overpowering his fastball, 88, 89 miles an hour with a good slider.
Scagno hit 248 last year here in Peoria. No homers, 15 runs batted in. Big hack and miss, comes up empty. Mariners get a couple more runs here in the 6th inning and expand the lead to 8-4.
Welcome back to Mariners. Doubling up the Giants right now, moving to the 7th inning, 8-4 your final. As we mentioned earlier today, Charles Bobo Brayton, the owner of 1,162 career victories as baseball coach at Washington State University, passed away Saturday morning in Pullman. The Northwest baseball legend was 89. He was inducted into the College Baseball Hall of Fame in 2007. Several Cougars that played under Brayton also went on to play in the major leagues, including John Olerud, Aaron Seeley, a couple of Mariners there, Scott Hatterberg, Dave Elder, Ron Say, Ken Phelps, and Mark Hendrickson, just to mention a few. Bobo Brayton, a legend, baseball legend, Bill, in the Northwest.
I certainly remember him. When I'm coming up through the ranks, high school and my early years in college, I mean, they were the dominant program. And, of course, he did a lot before that. You saw some of the names like Ron Say. That's going back a few years, but he kind of carried that high level of play on and found great players. And certainly Washington State isn't like the center of the baseball map when you think about major college baseball. And to get these guys there and to turn out the kind of baseball that he did and then advance them on to the big leagues, and some of these guys stars like Olerud and Say. So certainly will be remembered and definitely missed.
And, Mike, you had a chance to go up against the Cougs and Mr. Bobo Brayton several times in your career. What was that like for you?
Well, it was obviously a lot of fun. For me, I had a chance to meet Bobo when I was coming out of junior college, and he was recruiting me then. And just a really nice man. And, you know, when you're playing against him, and our team that year did pretty well, it was years after that I saw him again. But he certainly remembered it and was always really nice to me. So what a job he did with that program. A lot of my friends went there and really enjoyed the experience. So he you know, was there forever, it seemed like. And but it was fun to go out and try to beat him, that's for sure.
Mike, you know how tough. Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
I was going to say all the articles I read about him, he had this distinctive gravelly voice. That must have been something you could hear it all over the ballpark.
Yeah, I can remember that the first time seeing him, too, wearing that helmet and the high socks and the whole deal. And, boy, a little bit intimidating the first time you meet him, just because everybody that plays baseball in the Northwest knows exactly who he is.
Two and two count here to Perez. New pitchers Erasmo Ramirez, third pitcher for the Mariners this afternoon. Charging is Rivero. Throws over to Kivlahan for the out. Kivlahan had entered the game at third base. He moves over to first. So you got John Baker behind the plate. Kivlahan at first, Escanio at second, Eric Mejia at short, Rivero at third, O'Malley in left, Casino in center, and Henry in right.
It's interesting to see Ramirez in the game right now at this point. Had been a starter. I wonder if they're taking a look at him as maybe a long reliever type spot starter.
Popped up, no play for Rivero. Erasmo Ramirez on the mound. 1-1, 3.38 ERA in 4 games this spring.
And all 4 of them starts.
Yep.
First time out of the pen.
Fastball runs away. 1-1. Nasty break on that pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. One, two. It is going to be really interesting with this final cut. A couple of cuts coming up.
There'll be a number of guys disappointed, that's for sure.
Did not go. 3-2. As Lloyd is saying, he and Jack Zarincic, I gotta come to a meeting of minds over a couple of guys. Slap base hit to left field. Adrianza with a base hit. Some more changes here for the Giants.
We're only a week away, Dave. A week away.
Roger that. Roger that, big fella. Man, oh
all
man.
These changes will stop at that point.
Darren Ford is the hitter, batting in the 1 hole vacated by Blanco. This and preseason NFL, preseason NFL football, that first game is about 80 guys in both clubs.
Yeah.
Popped up, Kivlahan going back. Second baseman Escanio gets over to make the play. Well done. It's playing foul territory. 2 outs.
I think it's him call it early, helping Kivlahan out. That would have been a difficult catch for him. He stays with it, has his glasses on. That's good to see.
Just turned 19. Raider Escanio. He turned in some sparkling plays, playing shortstop last night. Here's Matt Duffy. Could Ramirez be a guy in short doses as a middle guy, coming out of the pen? Might that be a role for him, you think?
Maybe, possibly. I know that they want to have some depth in their starting rotation, and if he's not going to make the club, I would be surprised if they put him in that kind of role. But you never know. Early on, you need some middle relievers.
Yes, indeed. Rivero gets a force at second. That'll do it for the Giants. Home seventh coming up. 8-4 Mariners.
Time is now. This
Scenery here in Arizona, where the Mariners have an 8-4 lead over the defending world champion San Francisco Giants. The Holland America Line Suite Deck, perfect place to host your next special event with a variety of prime locations to choose from. And when you pay in full for 2 or more suites this season by April 1st, you'll receive an additional free private suite in April or May. Some exclusions do apply. Visit mariners.com/premium for more detail. It's good to have you with us. Mariner Baseball, Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, and the Root Sports crew here in Peoria. First of 3 consecutive telecasts. Padres tomorrow and the Angels on Monday, and both of those will be 1:05 start times. Vicente Romo. Sergio Romo's going to take over. Vicente Romo's going back a little bit farther, but Sergio, hero of the 12 World Series for the San Francisco Giants. Not a big guy, but he's got a good breaking ball, good fastball. It's off the fist, fair ball, 1 out. Quick work against Marcus Littlewood. Batting in the spot vacated by Cruz. Here's Patrick Kivlahan. Quick 1 out here in the 7th. Ball 1 to Kivlahan, has had a share of good moments here in the spring. Hitting at .318. He's got a homer and 4 runs batted in.
Look forward to seeing Jay Happ throw tomorrow. I've only seen him 1 time this spring. So I'll get a chance to get the start tomorrow. Left-hander.
And they acquired him from Toronto. Lloyd McClendon, Jack Sorensen said, hey, he's in the rotation. There's no question about that.
Right.
Established left-hand starter.
Started last year on the disabled list, had an issue with his back, but he still threw 158 innings for the Blue Jays.
See what he's got working on his changeup tomorrow. That'll be interesting. Ball and 2 strikes. Two down. First strikeout for Romo, 32 years old. Out of Brawley, California. Here's Carlos Rivero. 4 games with Boston for Carlos last year. 4 for 7. A homer and 3 runs batted in. Spent most of his time at Pawtucket, where he was a .286 hitter. 5 homers and 36 runs batted in. Working on that breaking ball. It's pretty good today.
Well, that's what he's known for, is his slider. It's been a good pitch for him.
Rivero hitting .114, 4 for 35, no homers and a run batted in. .84 Mariners. Rivera trying to get some work done against Romo. Romo, big part of the 3 championship teams with the Giants in 10, 12, and 14. Pitched 3 games in a 12 series. ERA of 0.00. 2 games last year in the World Series. Didn't give up an earned run either. He wanted that pitch.
Yes, he did. It was over the plate. Might have been a little bit high. Good fastball.
Two and 2. So like Romo giving himself a Jake Peavy like talking to. Full count. .84 Mariners. Here's a payoff here to Rivero. And he worked the walk. 2-out walk here. Still the most popular place in the joint. Your ice cream and your cones. Good stuff there.
That looked pretty good right there, didn't it?
Broadcast crew over the last few years has been known to crush some soft serve.
That's a fact.
Baker trying to empty the bag. Big swing.
Figures he's going to get his 1 at bat. Make the most of it.
Behind 0-2. Baker taking over from Mike Zunino, who had an outstanding day. 2 for 3, a couple of home runs. Gives Mike 6 homers on the spring portion of the season. Here we go, 0-2 to Baker. Got him on 3 pitches. That breaking ball's wicked. 7 complete. Well, I may have to get my hands on one of those before we leave here. Looks really good. That's been a good advertisement all afternoon. 8-4 Mariners.
Top of the 8th, Mariners still doubling up the Giants 8-4. The Texas Rangers flag flying there in Peoria. And look who made his way to surprise and part of the Rangers camp today. Russell Wilson, Seahawks quarterback, does this annually. Of course, they've got his baseball playing rights. He was originally drafted 4th round baseball by Colorado. He fielded grounders there at second base, even got in the cage, said he hit 1 home run during BP. Had a great time. Met with some players and coaches last night, talked about the competitive side and the mental side of sports. Says he loves going down there and playing baseball and talking sports with the guys. And don't worry, Seahawk fans, Dave, Mike, no injuries to Russell. He's got a big contract ahead. Want to keep him safe. Great catch out there in center field.
Yes, indeed, Brad. Thank you. Casino making a wonderful catch out there. Austin Casino running that one down. Good job.
Tell you what, the ball was hit pretty well, too.
Yes, it was.
Good concentration.
Jackson Williams gave it a ride. Yeah, no games for Russell Wilson. Just going out, take some ground balls, say hey to the fellas, hang on the bench.
Have some fun.
Have some fun.
Yeah.
And see you later. Meanwhile, Tom Brady posting pictures of him cliff diving. I saw a video of it, and I saw a picture of Larry Fitzgerald doing a bungee jump the other day. You should see the expression on Mike's face. It's the same one I had when I saw the picture. Really?
Wow.
And a couple of future Hall of Famers. I don't think so. Ishikawa strikes out.
Back-to-back change-ups from Ramirez, some good ones.
You should have seen the look on your face.
Oh, I know exactly what it was.
Man, oh man.
The only question I have is why.
I'm on board. So Ramirez gave up a single in the 7th inning. No harm done there, and he's got 2 quick outs here in the 8th. It's that sense of relief, like when you're as a player and it's all over. You're getting on a plane and you're going back for a big league game.
It's the best. It's the best.
1-1.
Can always remember getting to the ballpark here in Arizona on that last day.
Right.
You just can't wait for that game to get over with and stay healthy and get on the plane. Start playing for real.
2-2.
We've talked about it throughout the spring. It's really nice for the guys to have the opener at home for them this year, too. And they'll get there Saturday night, have the off day on Sunday, take care of their business, and day game on Monday.
Off the end of the bat. And a nice throw by Mejia to get Duval at first. 1-2-3 go the Giants in the 8th. 8-4 Seattle. You're hungry here at Mariners camp. Plenty of options, and this is one of them. The Flowers family not too long ago.
My boys enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yep. They put their imprimatur on that one, boy. They have 2 of everything.
Yeah, on numerous occasions.
You probably feel that telepathic pain of that credit card going to get swiped, right? Ouch! 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 Been a good day for the Mariners swinging the bats. The regulars have gotten their 2 to 3 at bats, and their day's done. Here's O'Malley, showing O'Malley to lead it off in the 8th against hard-throwing right-hander, the veteran Santiago Casilla. There's base hit. So O'Malley with a base hit, and for Sean, that's his 5th hit this spring. There's Mejia. We saw plenty of Casilla when he was with the A's. He was impressive. Runner goes, fouled back. Kilby Tomlinson is at second. Adam Duvall at first for the Giants. The 0-2. Missed with the breaking ball. Jay Happ will start tomorrow's game for the Mariners. Monday it'll be Taijuan Walker. Tuesday at the Indians it'll be Felix Hernandez. 11,173 on hand here today. Slap foul. Taijuan Walker's spring has just been fabulous. 2-0, 5 games, 18 innings. He's given up 6 hits, no runs. He's walked 4. And he struck out 19.
I like to walk 4. He has been really aggressive this spring and had a good fastball. O'Malley takes off again.
Ooh, got him. Jackson Williams throws him out.
A little bit of a late jump for O'Malley. We've seen him steal a number of bases throughout the spring. He has good speed, and I'm not sure if his hand was on the foot of the shortstop, and that's why he was called up. It looked as if he may have had his hand in there. Might have been a bad call.
2-2 to Mejia. Hit to Tomlinson. Throws to Duvall. Let's take a look at today's offensive hero for the Mariners, and it's the catcher Mike Zunino. Mike, he got 2 balls that he absolutely mashed.
What a spring he's having. This is on a breaking ball off of Jake Peavy as he hits it into the Mariner bullpen. That's his 5th home run of the spring, but he wasn't finished. Gets a fastball from Jeremy Affeldt. A couple of quality major league pitchers, and it's out of the yard again for his 6th home run of the spring.
Top of the order in Casino. Looks at a strike. Foul ball. 0-2.
With those 2 home runs, I think Mike's second in the Cactus League in home runs.
Yeah, behind the Bryant kid for the Cubs.
Yep.
How about that whole discussion with the Cub fans? Get him up here now. Get him up here yesterday, but the Cubs don't want to start him. They want to hold on to that extra year of free agency. Want to start him, probably start him in May. Get that extra year out of him. So,
but there are expectations for the Cubs this year, and with the spring that young man has had, I can't blame the fans for wanting him up there now.
Understood. I don't know if they can win the division, but they're definitely going to be better. Cardinals are always going to be there. Pirates, I think, they're in a nice situation of Pirates. Andrew McCutchen, one of the best players in the game. It's Curtis reminds me, and it's a good point. It seems like every division's tough. You look at the National League East, where Washington, with that pitching, is expected to run away with it. But who else? Right. Who else would you see contending in there? The Phillies are pretty much done. Harvey's back for the Mets, but is that enough? Atlanta.
Not with Washington there. I don't see it.
I don't see it either. Washington's pitching. I mean, they go 6 deep.
Yeah.
That Scherzer acquisition to go with Strasburg and the rest of those guys. Woo. One and two. Bounces it up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty good heat by the veteran Casilla for the strikeout. The Mariners are done in the 8th. Last ups for the Giants. Mariners lead 8-4.
Welcome back out to Peoria and the berm out there. Some folks, as we head to the 9th inning, packing up after a full day of baseball and sun. Well, we are not quite done, and still gives you time to let us know where you're rooting from today. Again, send us the tweets and photos during the game. Hashtag where I root, and we'll even get Giants fans on the air from Sweden. Giants and Mariners are splitting up the family. I like that. Allegiance going back and forth. And this one is going to be, that's a fair ball base hit, Mr. Sims.
Yes, indeed, Brett. Thank you as we get underway here in the 9th inning. So Ramirez gives up his second hit. This will be his third inning of work. Base hit by Maxwell, who had hit a 3-run homer back in the 4th inning. So Andrew Susac, DH. John Baker behind the plate. Rivero at third. Mejia at short. Scagno at second. Kivlahan at first, with O'Malley, Casino, and Henry left to right in the outfield. Susac today has popped first, struck out, flat out to center. Solid base hit. Casino will get it back in. First and second, nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Brett Jackson's going to be the hitter. Two on, nobody out. Strike one for Ramirez in his first relief stint this spring. 1-1, 3.38 ERA in 4 starts.
He's had a good changeup this afternoon. I think that's the pitch that Rick Waits was talking about with him last year. Wants to see him throw it more.
Now it hit hard into the gap. Maxwell coming around third. He'll score. Runner at third. Susac holds. RBI double. Brett Jackson. 8-5 Mariners.
This is a fastball. They want it to go away, and he ends up leaving it in the middle of the plate.
Brett Jackson, an RBI double, brings out the pitching coach Rick Waits.
He's at 32 pitches now. That shouldn't be a problem for him, but they are going to get somebody up and loosen the Mariner pen.
Mark
Lowe. Yeah.
For Jackson, his first RBI of the spring. Juan Siriaco will be the hitter now for the Giants. So Ramirez in some trouble here. First 3 men have reached a run in. Runners at second and third. And then dressed him. Infield hit, base hit to center, and a double to right center here for the Giants in the 9th. Two and 0. Siriaco ahead, 2-0. Breaking ball hit through the hole, base hit. Scoring is Susac, stopping at third is Jackson. 8-6 ball game. 4 consecutive hits.
He's falling behind the hitters. They have to find a way to stay out in front of him. He did an excellent job of that in the first 2 innings, but in this inning, just having a tough time getting ahead of him. A lot of young hitters in the lineup for the Giants right now. Taking advantage of that.
Top of the order, and Darren Ford came into the game in the 7th inning, fouled out the second baseman. Ascanio making the catch in foul territory. Strike one. Baker keeps it in front of him. 1-1. Laboring. Runners at the corners for the Giants. Nobody out here in the ninth. Couple of runs on the board. Mariners holding to an 8-6 lead. Two and one. Two-one pitch. Fouled into Baker's glove. Ramirez last year with the Mariners, 17 games, 14 of them starts. He's out of the bullpen once at Tacoma, where he had a 3.65 ERA, a 6-5 record.
We'll see if he can get a double play ball right here, help himself out.
2-2. Strike three called. Needed it. One out.
Just a good fastball. Runs it right back on the outside corner. Looks like a good pitch.
They'll bring up Kelby Tomlinson, the second baseman. In there with a strike. Tagged. Going to get all the way to the fence. Jackson scores. Siriaco to third. Here he comes. Got a tied ball game. 2-run triple. Kelby Tomlinson. Lloyd McClendon coming out to get Ramirez.
Not a good inning for him at all.
No, not
too
at
many
all.
pitches in the middle of the plate.
Mark Lowe's going to take over. And Ramirez, day is done. Score tied at 8-8.
Root, Doug, thank you. From Lake Stevens, we've seen a family divided, Giants and Mariners fans, and we've seen it, obviously, a Dustin Ackley fan. Darko at home with the Ackley beard. Nicely done. I can't even imagine what time it is in Germany, but we appreciate Noah sending that one in. Keep them coming. Where I Root, a chance to get on our air as a pitching change. Mark Lowe, come on, to try to stop this Giants rally, guys.
Yes, indeed. You got to stop the bleeding here in the ninth. One out. Go ahead, run at third.
Infield is in.
Williams, the catcher, Jackson Williams. Flat out deep to center. First time up. Strike one from Mark Lowe.
Good fastball from Mark, 95.
Ooh, Baker, nice save. Mark Lowe in his ninth game, 2-1 record, 9.00 ERA.
He struggled early in camp, but with every outing he seems to get a little bit better.
Eight runs on 11 hits for the Mariners and for the Giants. The only difference on the scoreboard is 2 errors made by San Francisco. That one hit foul. 1-2. One and two for Mark Lowe. Drawn in infield. Runner at third. Tie ball game at 8. It's out of play. One and two the count. Lowe is ready with a runner at third. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball from Mark Lowe. 2 outs.
After a number of fastballs, good fastballs, he comes back with the slider. That was the pitch that was causing some problems for him early in camp, and he has a much better feel for it now.
Brendan Bednar is the hitter. Strike one. One from Mark Lowe. He's exhaling hard.
He's throwing hard too.
0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Just the second at bat of the spring for Bednar, one of their minor leaguers. 1-2. Gets away from Baker, and the go-ahead run scores. A wild pitch.
And he's going to spike a slider. Throws it all the way over in the other batter's box.
The Giants have the lead, a 5 spot here in the top of the 9th. Giants now lead 9-8. 2-2 pitch here. Gets Bednar, but damage done. 5 runs on 5 hits. No errors. And nobody left. Last ups here for the Mariners. Down a run. 9-8. Well, it's 9-8. Giants put 5 up on the board. Right now we want to show you the hardest working man in show business. There he is, Kevin Vogt, everybody. Up early and at him.
97.
Hey.
He's out. He's carrying that camera all over the ballpark all day long.
How many LBs you lose, Kev? Hard throwing right-hander Hunter Strickland is on now for the Giants. Jabari Henry going to lead it off for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 9th. Giants 5 runs on 5 hits in that 9th inning. Jabari Henry is struck out and singled. Strickland got some action last year in the postseason.
Good curveball. First pitch fastball at 95 miles an hour, and then he drops an 86 mile an hour curveball on you.
Strickland 6'4", 220 out of Thomaston, Georgia. 3 pitches, 1 down. Some serious heat. Last year with the Giants in 9 games, 9 strikeouts, no walks in 7 innings. And he pitched in the postseason, won a game against Washington, 1 appearance against St. Louis, and he was in the World Series for 4 games against KC. There's Escanio. Strickland basically trying to keep it simple.
Going right at him. Good fastball and a curveball.
Whoa.
Second time we've seen a pitcher catch it spike. Catching a spike on the mound.
Gutierrez caught his, and this first up, that's scary. He's good, he's good. Oh, yeah, you can see the heel caught. Yeah. Hill was able to clear that time. 1-1. One count, 1 out, nobody on. 9-8 Giants, bottom 9. Zunino ready to get the 2-1 pitch. Up high.
He'd thrown all strikes until he ended up catching his spikes. Since then, it's been 3 balls, all of them high and away.
Zunino last night against Kansas City went 0 for 3. Saw Marcus Littlewood on deck. 3-1. Pretty good attitude fastball.
I think so. 96 miles an hour.
Three and 2. Slap to left field. Catch is made out there. 2 away. Last out for the Mariners, Marcus Littlewood. Littlewood on the season, on the spring, is 1 for 4. He does have 1 RBI. Two outs, nobody on. Drops in a breaking ball for strike. Strickland had his problems with the long ball last year in postseason. Gave up 3 homers to Washington. Gave up 1 home run in the league championship series to the Cardinals. One to Littlewood. I say this about Strickland. He is a glove popper.
Strong looking kid. He looks like he could throw 95, 96 all day long, too.
2-1. Two and 2. Mariners down to their last strike. And Marcus Littlewood trying to keep this thing going here for the Mariners. Down 9-8, nobody on. 2 outs and a 2-2 count. Got him. Giants win it. 9-8, 5-run top of the 9th. The good news for the Mariners, we got to see Mike Zunino hit a couple of home runs. We saw Willie Bloomquist have a good day.
Willie had a good day. It was the first time getting a chance to see him play some shortstop today. Made a couple of plays in the field. Iwakuma stretched out to 84 pitches this afternoon. So that was good to see from him. Got roughed up a little bit early, but it seemed as he settled down. And Tom Wilhelmsen was throwing the ball extremely well, which was good to see. 96, 97 miles an hour with that good curveball.
Looking forward to being back with you tomorrow. Jay Happ will get the start. And then we're back again on Monday. Taijuan Walker will be on the mound. So the Giants Their youngsters beat the Mariners youngsters in the final stages of the ball game. Giants win it 9-8. For Mike Flowers, I'm Dave Sims. So long from Peoria. We send you off to Brad Adam and Mariners postgame.